In today's chess video, I want to share a fascinating opening trap known as the poison pawn trap, which is commonly employed against the Sicilian defense played by black. I'll guide you through the sequence of moves, explain the strategy behind this trap, and discuss the basic idea behind it. So, stay tuned till the end and keep watching. Let's start with the opening moves. You are playing as white and begin with the king's pawn opening, pawn to e4. Your opponent responds with pawn to c5, initiating the Sicilian defense. You continue with pawn to d4, and black plays pawn to d6. Next, you play pawn to d5. These are typical opening moves that you often encounter in your chess games. By examining the open diagonals, it becomes evident that black's strategy will likely involve attacking on the queen side. Therefore, black's most natural move would be to bring out their queen and check your king. You respond by blocking the check with your bishop. Black now has no option but to retreat their queen. Once again, the most natural move for black is to play their queen to b6, attacking the pawn on b2. Instead of attempting to save your pawn, the trap lies in sacrificing it. This is where the poison pawn trap comes into play. You play knight to c3, inviting black to capture the b2 pawn. This pawn is referred to as the poison pawn. If black falls for this trap and captures the b2 pawn, they will find themselves in a precarious situation. From this point on, all the subsequent moves are forced, leaving black with no escape. Let me demonstrate how it unfolds. After black captures the b2 pawn with their queen, you play your rook to b1, forcing the queen to move to a3, the only safe square available. You then play knight to b5, not only attacking the queen, but also threatening a fork on the king and rook. Black must save their queen since there are no other viable options. The queen cannot move to b4 or a5 due to the bishop's influence. Similarly, moving the queen to a6 is not possible since knight to c7 would fork and capture the queen. Essentially, black has only two options: capturing the pawn on a2 or moving the queen to a4. If black takes the pawn on a2, then after rook a1, you have no choice but to move to b2. Following bishop to c3, the queen is trapped, and black will be forced to capture the rook. You can then capture the queen, leading to an advantageous position for you. Therefore, capturing the a2 pawn is not a favorable idea. The other option for black in this position is to play queen to a4. However, if they choose this move, you can execute the decisive move knight to d6, delivering a check. Black finds themselves in a predicament. If they capture the knight with their pawn, you can easily fork the king and queen by playing bishop to b5 check, resulting in the loss of the queen. Hence, black cannot capture the knight. What other options do they have? The king cannot move to d7 due to the fork by the bishop. Consequently, they have only one move available, king to d8. But even then, you have a beautiful move at your disposal, knight to f7, forking the king and the other rook this time. The black king now has three options, but, as mentioned earlier, it cannot move to any of the white squares due to the bishop's check. Thus, there is only one viable option for black, king to c7. Following this, you can play bishop to f4, delivering a check. The king cannot go to b6 due to the rook's influence, and c6 is inaccessible due to the presence of your pawn. If black chooses to block the check with their bishop, it can be easily captured since two pieces are attacking that square. However, this move is even worse since the pawn can be captured en passant, once again placing black in check. At this point, black is left with no options. The d-file is blocked by the queen, and the b-file is obstructed by the rook. If black blocks the check with their bishop, queen to d6 results in checkmate. If they move to c6, knight to d8 leads to checkmate. That's how this trap works. Now, what if you are playing as black? In my opinion, the biggest mistake black makes is in the opening. In this position, black should not play pawn to d6. Even if they don't want to capture, they can play pawn to b6 instead. This move not only supports the pawn on c5, but also opens up a beautiful diagonal for the bishop to attack the center. Players with higher ratings would generally opt for pawn to b6 to avoid falling into this trap. Nonetheless, I have witnessed many players succumb to this trick. So, try out this cool trap and let me know in the comments how it works for you. Make sure to like, subscribe, and check out the other videos appearing on your screen. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care and peace.